for Dogfight, I think we wanted to still sort of maintain a fresh voice of like a musical theater sound and a sort of classic theater sound, but just filter it, I think, sort of through some of the sounds of that era. You know, it's a real, it's an American piece. It's, you know, there's a lot of acoustic guitar and piano and strings, sort of some of those Americana elements that held over into these 1960s.
Or not.
I think the show is set in 1963, so it's a time when music was really changing.
Yeah.
So before then, you know, you had a whole different sound, and then, you know, post 1963, it's not as, you know, divided exactly, but then all of these folk influences start coming, and so it's this time of change.
It is interesting. So we've got everything from like rock and roll to folk music to, you know, the trippy second. By the end of the show, you know, we're in 1967, and so there is some sort of a psychedelic trippy element that's come into San Francisco at that time.
Even beyond just like the musical influence of it, there's ideas and the sort of a burgeoning political philosophy that she's approaching when we start the show. That's in the music. You know, we talked about this is 1963. Are they really anti-war? But then you look at a song like "Where Have All the Flowers Gone," which is about dead soldiers, and it predates 1963.
Right.
So she was hearing all of this, the messages that she was getting from society, compared to the messages that these guys are getting from the society at large. So it's sort of about the ways that these people have been socialized.
Our main character, Rose, is really passionate about folk music, and so I think we spent a lot of time listening to the sounds, and even when the actors who came on to be in our first production at Second Stage, we had them listening to some of that music, especially Lindsay Mendez, who played Rose in the production. You know, Peter, I think, made her a whole, I was going to say mixtape, but that's embarrassing. Made her a playlist, of songs to listen to really get in the mindset of this is what that character was feeling, and it's political music, and it's touching and stirring music.
Find the Kingston Trio, Odetta, you know, find Joan Baez, find Early Dillon, and explore it. There's really great stuff in there.
Of all the kinds of research you can do for a show, that's pretty fun.
You
could do that on the subway.
But I think we also wanted to make it feel fresh and contemporary at the same time. So I think musically it's a real balance of those two things, of keeping the music energized and fun, the kind of stuff, as we've been saying, that we would like to sing, that we enjoy singing, but still always making sure it never feels too contemporary, that it can't exist in 1963.
And then how do you use theater music to convey those themes? You know, not just doing pastiche, you know, of folk music or of rock and roll, but then how does the theater music convey those messages through its own sound? And so finding that blend, I think, was something that we all worked on.